What's up, guys? My name is Ted Darklaw, and with me, as always, is the Black Knight. We are the co-owners of Hella Dope Toys, helladopetoys.com, and this show is Hella Dope. Aaron, I told you I was going to fuck something up.
Yeah, we're pretty used to it at this point.
How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Busy at the day job, man.
Yeah.
Crazy day.
Yeah, I saw the location near me had two lines out the doors, so I don't know what the fuck was going on.
We had a huge 2-day soccer tournament. So
really,
yeah, that was super fun.
Man, things I don't miss, my friend.
A part of you does.
Nah, maybe I miss the money, but maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Just the money.
Hey,
I do enjoy everything else. Cool. Well, Aaron, I thought I'd give you a really easy night, and we're just going to talk about wrestling. In fact, this whole thing was just a ploy to talk about wrestling. I was like, how do we talk about wrestling all night without alienating our audience? And I said, I know, Aaron, I know. We're going to add some action figures into it. So I think you and I are going to have a really great talk tonight, and I'm super excited about it. Before we get into things, I have to do some housekeeping here. I have to give a couple shout outs, Aaron.
Okay.
So first, and Ed, if you can drop this link if you have it, I need to give a huge shout out to Allison Troy. So as a lot of you are aware, I dropped a video the other day, maybe like Thursday, I think. I don't remember what day it is. Great response. I appreciate all you guys watching it and sharing it. She put a lot of effort into sharing it. And not only that, in the video, I said like, hey, do you have any advice for me? Boy, Allison Troy is not only a sassy bitch, but she's one of the most petty motherfuckers I've ever come across. And I do not want to be her enemy because she popped into my DMs with the sassy bitch mafia and was like, hey, got a problem. Maybe I can take care of it for you. I am not going to snitch on her. We don't snitch on the sassy bitch mafia, but it made me laugh. And I sincerely hope whatever that mafia was talking about never happens to me. But yeah, no, I really appreciate it. She goes live on Sundays, usually early afternoon, coloring and talking to guests. I don't know how you color and talk to people at the same time. I can only do one thing or the other, Aaron. You know that.
We know. Yeah.
And then we gotta give a shout out to our brothers over at the Toilet who go live every Tuesday night. They're going to go live at 9:05 p.m. They are also going to be talking about wrestling figures. So if you came here because you were excited to talk about this, go over there on Tuesday because they're probably going to do it better. Just saying.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. Ooh. Well, that's what I have for that.
Just buy my wife a sassy bitch mafia shirt.
Man, maybe look at us. Look at us starting merch here.
Exactly. Which we never capitalize on.
No, never. We're terrible at it. Terrible at that. Well, Aaron, with that, I have to ask you, friend.
Indeed. What is that?
What are you sipping on?
I was sipping on a bunch of things today. Mainly because my wife chooses not to drink them. So every time I go to the store, right, she's like, hey, did you bring me anything back? I'm like, no, because every time I do, you don't drink it. So I went and bought her a 6-pack of Smirnoff. They didn't have the original, so they had the screwdriver one. You know, she doesn't like a screwdriver. She's like, I didn't like it. So I sat in the refrigerator for like 2 months. So I've been like drinking like all of them. I'm down to the last one. So I have that, and also my spiked orange soda.
Dang, dude, are you gonna be like Stone Cold and just crash your bike into the wall?
Maybe it's a possibility.
Maybe. Well, we'll get there. We still have a lot of show, you know.
We're just on the first thing.
We're still on the first thing.
But what do you have, sir? What are you sipping on?
Well, I'm glad you asked. In my trusty Hella Dope mug, I am sipping on some coffee because I literally spent all day making this show from nothing. Because I did not get to it all week. And then, I got the biggest bottle of Saratoga money can buy, friend. Look at this thing. Look at that thing. That is a huge bottle of Saratoga, and we're going to drink it all tonight for you, for all of you at home.
I'm surprised you don't get like PSD from that bottle from the big blue bottle of champagne.
You know what, Aaron? See, the secret is you get so drunk you don't remember it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably half my problem.
That is my secret.
Interesting.
Cool. Well, let's say hello to our friends.
Well, already. Of course, at the top of the list there is Trust the Screamer. Sunday night, the lights are low. Got candles burning, the desolate tones of Aaron and Ted. It'd be hella dope and chill time. Yeah. Did you get your picture
Dude.
today?
He sent me something else. It took it's like this 15-second clip, but it took like an hour for it to download for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was my internet or what, but it was silly.
Okay.
It made me laugh.
That's good to know. Roll Keeper. Hello, dopers. Got the night off. Well, hell yeah, there you go. Good to see you, man. Glad you have the night off tonight. We got Triple D's. Well then, let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. We're gonna do lots of rumbling. Mainly probably Ted. Mr. Wonderful here. Of course, we knew you'd love this topic. I mean, why wouldn't you? We have an entire YouTube channel that we've done 2 things on. Just throwing that out there, buddy. The Titan, how's it going, man? Hell to the Hell Dope Duo and the Hellions in the chat. Hope you're doing well there, Titan. Same time toys. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Jeff Morris. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Kaiju Kitty. What's up? How you doing?
Hello.
Mr. Action or Axion Figs here with us this evening, as always, and every Sunday, unless he's doing something else. Robert Dividend Realms, it's Hello Dope and Jelly time. I figured out Cena is going through his whiny teenager stage. Interesting. Maybe we'll talk about that. Menjoza, what's up? How's it going? Yo Joe Jerk has come join us. What's up, Jerk? Hope you're doing well. Daisy Mitchell says, I didn't come here for wrestling figs, but came out to support you awesome guys. Well, we appreciate you very much there, Dave. Maybe we'll talk you into a wrestling figure after all. You never know. We're really good at that. And we are graced by 2 amazing ladies. The Find My Figure ladies. They're here.
That's awesome.
I've had a hectic week, but good.
They've been on that grind all day or weekend, so nice of them to pop in. We always appreciate the ladies.
What was this weekend? Did I miss something?
I don't know. They were at some show. Ninja had a booth. I don't know if he was selling or signing autographs or what. Honestly, I'm a little bit out of the loop. Roll Keeper was there. I know that. I don't know what show it was because, again, I've been in my own little world this weekend.
I'm gonna save their question here for a minute for our next topic. So
okay,
I'll come back to that. Figure Fight Club. Bobby, what's up, man? Good to see you. Puckle Toys is here. Hello. Northern Nomad. What's up? We just did that.
Yeah, we just did that. Back it up.
Yeah, back it up like 3 minutes.
Go watch the replay from start to finish.
Right. We're good to see you, Northern Nomad. Hope you're doing well. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Well, Aaron, this topic has kind of been beat to death all week. I don't want to dwell on it for too long. I'm just wondering.
ToyCon, that's what it was.
Okay. But we're a week away from Wrestlemania now. It was last weekend. We took the night off, which was nice. And I'm just curious of your overall thoughts in general. We don't need to do a breakdown of every single match. Just, what did you like and what did you not like?
I don't know, man. Like night one was kind of
Mhm,
very.
mhm.
I feel like the women's triple threat match was, to me, I think was the better highlight of the night.
Talking
Um,
about night 2?
was that night? Was that second night?
Yeah, it was the opening match of night 2
Oh,
with,
right.
Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
The Rollins. Is that all
Yeah,
these
yeah,
names are starting to blend together now?
no, the Rollins CM Punk Roman Reigns was main event
Yeah,
of night 1, and
yeah,
that was
yeah.
probably the highlight of that
Yes.
whole show.
So night one was the men's triple threat, the double screw job, which I kind of didn't see. I saw half of it coming. I didn't think the other half was gonna work out the way it did.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Night two, I'm happy for how the night went in a whole. Like it was probably the better night in the grand scheme of like how the matches played out.
Mhm.
But I mean, I give it like a B minus, like a solid B minus. Wasn't horrible. Wasn't like, oh my god. I fell
Yeah.
asleep twice.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. You and I, we've never fallen asleep during WrestleMania that I'm aware of, but I fell asleep on night 1. I was determined to stay up on night 2, so I drank my coffee. Um, but yeah, then you told me you fell asleep, and I was just like, oof, oof.
I was also drinking all day, so you know how that
That,
works out.
oh yeah, yeah. That was probably my problem Saturday because that's what I was doing all day Saturday. Um, so I did like the main event from night 1. I liked the swerve, even though I fell asleep, and I woke up to the post show while they were
Mhm.
replaying that scene. So I woke up and thought I had only been asleep for a second. I was like, oh heck yeah, I didn't miss anything. And then I was like, oh son of a bitch, what time is it? So I'm sad I didn't like get to experience that play out all the way through. But I what I like about wrestling is sometimes you get something different, and we got something different there.
We did. I mean, it was very. I don't want to say it was predictable. Like the writing was on the wall, but it left you hanging just enough to be like, "Is this really gonna happen? Like, is this the way it's gonna go?" And they go, "Nope. Sorry, we're gonna go over here for once."
Yeah. So and then night 2, man, they started off with that banger match. Those women did a great job. Like the
Mhm.
night 1 sucked, and it was like a nice palate cleanser for night 2. Like, hey, we know last night sucked, but here you go. Here's a banger. They probably had the match of the weekend, I would argue. Um,
Yeah.
and then we got that fatal 4-way where one Braun Breaker just looks like a fucking star, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like I was praising that guy all night, just the way he runs around and just bulldozes through people. It's insane. And then our boy Dirty Dom
Dirty
got his
Dom,
first Intercontinental
Dirty
title.
Dom, Dirty Dom.
And we're gonna be talking a little bit more about Dirty Dom tonight, but uh I was surprised by that. And I get it because I kind of just figured Braun Breaker would retain because I'm like, well, look at these guys. But knowing what I know now, it
Mhm.
was a smart move to get that title off of him. And we got Dirty Dom. Everything else is kind of unmemorable. And then we have that fucking stinker of a main event match, which I think we're
Oh,
gonna we're gonna go into more of that later tonight.
oh man, I don't know. I feel like I think I told you the last time we talked about it. Like I thought I wanted to see. I mean, I don't have no problem with Cena winning it. I just don't have a. I have a problem with him winning it that night. Like now what? Like I mean, obviously, if you watch Raw, you know where this is going. But you know why? Like we could have built up a beautiful banger story for SummerSlam,
Yep.
and now nothing. Like Cody's not even invoking his rematch clause.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna cover a lot about John Cena and The Rock tonight because the news this week and Mr. DJ Dwayne Johnson going on the Pat McAfee show. We got some clips to look at from that. Did you watch that, by the way? Oh boy, are you in for a treat, Aaron? First of all, I do recommend you go back and watch it. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I got just a few short clips, and I'm kind of glad you didn't watch it because now I get to get your hot takes right on the fly. So
I like to
that's
work
going
it
to
like
be
I like to work it like Pat McAfee. You know, I don't want to know what's happening. I want raw reaction.
yeah. And then Trust the Screamer reminds us that Stone Cold made an impact in some woman's life, and yeah, okay. Let me talk about that real quick, dude. I felt like such an old ass man. So first of all, you didn't realize this at the time because his music plays and he's not coming out. Everyone's like, well, I'm like, are they fucking with me here? Is Stone Cold not coming out? But then later on the internet through social media, you realize that he missed the ramp and then had to back up, then got stuck, then had to be
That's
lifted out to get back on the ramp. But this is where the old man in me comes in, right? He is flying down that ramp and he's just doing these circles around the ring. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, that's so dangerous. He could tip over or hit something. And then I was like, dude, this is Stone Cold Steve Austin. He drives four-wheelers all fucking day. He is a grown-ass man. He is a professional. He practices plenty of times. He knows exactly what he's doing. Meanwhile, I didn't just see what the fuck happened to him when he missed the stage, but here he is going around and around and around, and I'm like, oh my God, he's going to hit somebody. And boom, that motherfucker hits somebody. I said, I knew it.
But he
I
didn't
knew
hit
it.
nobody. He hit the barricade, and like the shocking moment of the barricade moving, the lady's beer goes flying out of her hand. Like she didn't
Yeah.
even get hit.
The funniest thing I saw was on Twitter afterwards where the lawyers were so thrilled about this because Stone Cold didn't start chugging all those beers until after he ran into the barricade. But yeah, I don't know. He might have been drinking backstage. Who knows? But that was certainly an interesting segment there.
She ain't get nothing out of that. They'll give her some merch or like tickets to SummerSlam or some bullshit. There's no lawsuit to be had. Like she's not like she got hit. Like she didn't even get
Yeah.
touched.
Yeah, no, I watched it. She kind of took this shitty bump and then was a super Karen. And I'm like, woman, you're in a wrestling show, dude. Back in the ECW days, they used to just fucking chuck chairs around, man.
Right.
Like there would be fire and bodies flying. You wouldn't last a day in the 90s.
Oh, God, no.
And you're up at ringside, bro? No way. Get out of here. Go
Yep.
the fuck home.
Guaranteed no more for it. I doubt that seriously.
I guess we'll see, man. We'll see.
Stone Cold, just Stone Cold things.
Stone Cold's going to Stone Cold.
Exactly.
Any other final thoughts on WrestleMania before we move along?
I mean, no. I mean, it just I don't know. I wasn't wowed. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the Dirty Dom spot. You know, I actually like cheered for that. You know, I did like Tiffany Stratton's entrance. You know, I thought it was very unique with the Barbie doll like type thing. And for a quick second, it did have me fooled on which one was her until I'm like, oh, it's the one with the title. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're good now. But you know, Seth Rollins pulls out. I think some of the entrances were cool. That's kind of what that was my takeaway from WrestleMania. Really, there was some really interesting entrances.
Did
Seth
you
Rollins.
watch? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying Seth Rollins probably had the best.
Yeah,
the flamethrower, and then he goes into his like Messiah mode, which we haven't seen that in forever.
No, I did think the burning of the building on the Titantron that was neat. And you're right. Tiffy 100% had one of the best entrances of the night. Like I didn't know which one was her. I'm looking around going, well, it's got to be the middle one, right? That just makes sense. But then I was like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe is she a triplet? Like they got me there. They got me good. It was good. Did you watch Raw or SmackDown?
I watched Raw. I am halfway through SmackDown.
Raw was a banger. I just watched the clip Cliff Notes of SmackDown through YouTube. I really feel like investing into that whole show, but yeah. We'll have some more thoughts on that in a little bit. But what I thought was interesting is there were a lot of people that, as I said, came out of this looking like stars, and some people that came out looking like duds. And I was like, I wonder how this is going to impact wrestling figures, because, these figures are made like way in advance. So there's no way the toy company itself can really predict what's going to be happening right around WrestleMania time or any major thing. So there's just figures coming out, and you push a lot of these wrestling figures. Like I know that's the thing you care the most about within our company, is like these wrestling figures. And you see what moves and what sells out the fastest. And so I'm really curious about your insight on some of these as we go through and talk about them. But first up on the list, this is coming. All these are coming out June, July, August, something like that. And I don't have. We're not going to go through every single figure. I've got like 5 or 6 on here.
Right.
But this figure, I think, looks amazing. I don't remember her being having a figure before. Aaron, can you correct me on that?
If she did, it was a basic. Like, this is her. Maybe she did have an elite earlier, because if it was the first time, it normally says first time in the line. But I'm pretty sure she had basic and an early release elite.
Okay. What are you thinking of this figure? The rest of the wave seems kind of weak to me. I don't remember who's in it. That's how weak it is. Do you think this figure is going to sell out and be one that people are after?
Sell out. Well, I mean, anybody that knows anything about Mattel, and it's funny because there was a guy that emailed us yesterday talking about Chelsea Green. Mattel does not produce. Oh, it's our 4th elite. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They don't produce a lot of female wrestling figures, and when they do, it is a very limited run. Unless you're like a star, and right now, obviously, Rhea Ripley is on the top of that food chain. Because most female figures come in an assortment, and usually you get 1 or 2 in a case. So this is gonna be like, she'll probably be her own case. I think probably gonna run a 6, because they're shortening them down now. I think it went from 8. I think they're going down to 6 now. But yeah, this is an instant sellout. I mean, the figure looks great. If this is exactly what it's going to come out as, it's a great look. It is probably the closest look to her that you'll get until they do an ultimate. Oh, they did that. Is that the one that Mattel Creations did with the ring? That was an ultimate, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's what Robert's saying here in the chat. The chat keeps moving. Let me pull that up. Yeah, Robert says Ripley has an ultimate with the ring.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, this and that one are probably like the 2 best, figures to resemble her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not mad at it. I'd say this is pretty spot on. But yeah, this is an instant sellout.
I haven't bought a wrestling figure in a long time. Mostly space, and like I have so many, and I wasn't keeping up with stuff. But I saw this and I was like, holy shit, I need this. That's gonna be a good one. So guaranteed sellout. It is up for pre-order. I don't know if we have it up for pre-order or if you plan on getting these. I don't know where we're at with the wrestling figures, but
I'm behind on posting stuff. Work has literally kicked my ass.
That is fine. We're kind of just like a sailboat in the middle of the ocean without any wind right now anyway. So cool. So then we have, this is the one of the top picks for 2025. Yeah. But we're not going to look at all these. That Damian Priest figure does look good, but we're not looking at that. We're looking at our boy Dirty Dom here.
That's the only one to talk about. Like, and I'll tell you why. Like, the previous LA Knights that they did the basic. They've done the elite actually did well. I give them credit on that first elite that they did, even though it's just a beefed up version of the basic. Damian Priest, I mean, it's okay. They're doing that ultimate that's coming out next, or well, they're in big box stores spreading out now, but we're not supposed to get it till early next month. But I think they knew kind of out the gate that Dominic Mysterio was going to be a big deal, because every Dominic Mysterio wave that has come out that we have gotten our hands on has sold out instantly. Like every once in a while, I'll still get like, "Hey, you're getting a restock on the Dom Ultimate." Nope, they've already discontinued the run of it. So for those that may have asked, it's done. They're not creating anymore. But that tells you right there, like they see something. The people like are saying Dominic Mysterio, and he went from the most loved, hated person in the world to being cheered for everything. Like the man can actually talk now without having people boo him. So that has to be weird for him. But no, this is every Dom figure that's come out. Actually, do I have one over here? Yeah, like this is the basic. You know, like that was like probably right after he joined Judgment Day. Like, I love it. I love this. I love the ultimate they did. This is going to be great because of the soft goods. You know, perfect. I love it.
Yeah, Dirty Dom is sleeper figure, man. Like I was just so surprised when he was put up the first time and how quickly people were after that. Now, there's a few of these top 2025 picks coming out, a few of these waves. Yeah. But with the other two, with LA Knight and Damian Priest, again, I didn't post up the Damian Priest figure because one, this is exactly what we're talking about, based off of WrestleMania and based off of where Damian Priest is at the moment. It just doesn't seem like a hot item, but the figure does look really good.
It was last year when Drew McIntyre won the title, and you posted on Instagram about, "Hey, get your Drew McIntyre figure," and then it gets cashed in on.
Yeah, by Damian Priest. Yep.
Oh,
that was dude, I thought I was being brilliant there. I was like, we have so many Drew McIntyre figures, and I was humiliated.
Idea. Like honestly, I took that idea later and used our X account for Hella Dope, and just tagging wrestlers with the stock photos of their figure. And you
got a response from what's his face.
Yeah, I mean, we got an actual surprising response on things that I needed to move, because I think that one of them was like, I think the big one was Bronson Reed. Like we had so many of them, and then like this started moving because Bronson Reed had then retweeted it, and I guess people were looking for his figure, and they started moving. So might get back to doing that again.
Yeah, no, we should. But Damian Priest and LA Knight, these are going to be peg warmers, you believe?
I don't think they'll be peg warmers. I just don't. They're not going to move as fast as Dominic Mysterio will.
It's a lot of LA Knight all at once.
Like I kind of want to up my order for Dom because I know this is going to move so fast.
Yeah, his stock is high right now. Cool. Well, then we have Mr. Jacob Fatu. Now, a week and a half ago, I would have kind of said, I don't know about this one. But now he's the United States champion. He is getting all of this praise. What do you think about this? Is this figure going to move?
Absolutely. It's the hottest thing right now. I mean, clearly, as soon as he got in, something big was coming from him. And, winning the U.S. title was just phase one. Like, I expect to see more figures of him being made. I guarantee at some point an elite or an ultimate will be made. Like this is a must have. I will have this in my collection for sure. I don't know if you have the other ones in there, but they are in this wave specifically.
Mhm.
Are also Tamatonga, Tama Tongaloa, Tongaloa, and then Solo. I think there's one more. There might be one more, but those are the big four in this wave.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
gotta have it.
overall, a nice Samoan wave.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely a nod to the Bloodline 2.0 at the time of its hotness.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, first time in the line for Jacob Fatu. I mean, you gotta have a Samoan werewolf in your collection.
Yeah. No, I'm interested to see how that one does. Oh, and then we have mid card Jay Uso with his ultimate here. Um, look, Aaron, I'm not a big fan of Jay winning the title. I'm not a big fan of the way it went down, and I don't know. I don't know about this one, man. Do you think this will
Look,
be hot just because he's
oh,
champion?
even if he didn't win the title, this would sell. This would sell out.
Because it's got those Yeet sunglasses with it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yes, that's the selling point. But I mean,
Mhm.
right now, I mean, Jay Uso is even without if he would have never won the title at all, if he got beat and Gunther retained, he would still be the hottest face of WWE currently. Like, all of his merch is just selling. All like even the last elite that are the elite that they came out with, which we got screwed on. They didn't even send it to us. You know that tells you right there. Like it doesn't matter. Jimmy's gonna sell. Jay's gonna sell. If they put them together in a 2-pack, it's just gonna sell.
Well,
It's
the other one in the wave is there is a Jimmy Uso ultimate with
yes.
this as well, and then a third one, but I don't remember what it was because
I don't remember. Is it wave? This is 26.
yeah, something like that.
There's
Don't
so
know.
much.
So mid card Jey Uso, you believe is going to move?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think we have one more. Ah, here we go. See, we were just talking about him. We were just talking about Drew McIntyre here, and I don't. I thought he had an ultimate already, but maybe I just had that
Mm,
stupid fucking stack of Drew McIntyres stuck in
no,
my
I
head.
mean I think he had an older ultimate. I'm pretty sure this is the first one in a while. This one I don't mind it. All they really
Mhm.
did was, I feel like honestly though this is you take out Drew McIntyre's face and you take out the kilt and it's just the Undertaker. That's kind of how I felt about it when I saw it.
Uh huh.
Oh yeah, no. Trust the Screamer. The sword was a McMahon thing. They went away from that once he got out. He's no longer with the sword. I mean, the sword's in his video package, but he doesn't carry that around anymore. But
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
this screams Undertaker right here. Like just pop Undertaker's head on this body. Take the kilt the kilt away, and there you go. Hell,
Interesting.
you probably put Damian Priest's head on that body too. Same difference. They're about the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's Drew McIntyre. I mean, it'll move. I'll probably I'll add it to my Ultimates collection up there. I got to redo all this anyway. I realized that I found a whole box of wrestling figures that I haven't moved around yet. But yeah, no, I mean it looks good. I mean, I'm glad that they're adding the multiple head sculpts to the Ultimates now.
Hmm.
That's been way long overdue.
Yeah.
It comes with his signature look, so it'll be fine. It'll be good. It'll do better than LA Knight's Ultimate. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Poor LA
You
Knight.
can
They
get right
can't
now.
even get his likeness right, man. That's what annoys me about it. Is they just can't seem to nail that likeness on LA Knight. Every figure I've seen of him looks kind of derpy.
Yeah, but Jaden loves it.
Yeah. Well,
That's also important, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I thought those LA Knights would fucking fly out the door, but I don't know.
It,
Then he got cold, and
I mean, he did, but I mean, also I think it came out. They released it at the wrong time.
mm-hmm.
Like Jey Uso will stay hot, even when he's going cold. He's still going to be hot. The fans love him. The kids love him. That's just going to run its course. Like that LA Knight one, like when he was at that peak moment when he was going head to head with Roman Reigns, that's when you should have dropped it, like right then and there. But they did it after, and it just cooled off.
Well,
just like this Finn Balor too.
I don't know. There's some good looking figures coming out. It sucks. I think I saw a lot of those elites listed at $29.99, but that price might vary. But tariffs.
And unfortunately, I was gonna do a side video. I started it. I just haven't finished it. Unfortunately, our distributors, both of them, have now unfortunately given us the bad news that we are now subject to all tariffs on everything, starting with stuff that got ordered like earlier this month. So all the wrestling figures, all the Motu figures, pretty much anything that you've seen us put up for pre-order in the last 30 days, and anything that's coming out futurely until this is all over will be raised higher. Now, if you've purchased something previous, we're not going to go backtrack and force you to pay us money. We're just going to take that one on the chin because I don't like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we had to adjust pricing due to our distributors being taxed on all the goods.
Yeah, and again, that's a thing. Like, it's just the stance that we're taking. Like all the other small retailers, Nerdzoic's doing the same thing. Whatever the MSRP is, that's what we're gonna go with. Like, we legitimately did not sell that Maximum Hulk because of that absurd tariff price. To the point where I think you said we're gonna be losing $5 for like every Hulk that we sell.
For everyone that sold $5. Actually, it'd be more than that once all the other stuff kicks in. But the gist of conversation today, $5 for everyone sold.
And this is a topic for another time, but I will say, like, I mentioned we're just kind of a sailboat in the middle of the ocean with no wind. Our stance right now is we're kind of holding. We are blessed to be in a situation where I guess we still have jobs and we don't have anybody that we can fire because nobody really gets paid anyway.
Right.
So worst case scenario, like, the stuff that we have committed to ordering, we're going to order and fulfill. But I think we're probably just going to be going a little bit slower until some things calm down. And 2 weeks ago, I told Aaron, I was like, let's just see what happens in 2 weeks. Because I just thought this shit would blow over. But here we are 2 weeks later, still dead in water. That's almost what this show was about, Aaron, but I just didn't. I don't want to do more doom and gloom, so we just have some fun.
A little uplifting.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's see what the chat was saying. I know there's been a few comments in there.
Gotcha. Oh man. The first match I'm gonna do last because it kind of leads into everything else.
Okay.
Figure Fight Club says it was one of the worst WrestleManias. I mean, it's definitely up there. I don't know if I could think of anything that was worse than this one.
I know a lot of people shit on 9, and there was another one.
That was the other one that was in
27.
I liked 20. Well, I like the main event of 27. Wait, hold on. History check. 27, was that the Cena Miz, or was that Taker with Taker and Sean 1? Was that the same?
Yes. No, I think it was Sean 2.
I don't know, because they went like
there's
back
no
to back.
way Undertaker and Sean 1 was bad WrestleMania.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't dare not
It was
even
Shawn and Taker,
fucking do
and
that.
Shawn and Taker again, then it was Hunter and Taker again. Like that 4-year run was literally them three. Somebody tell me. Somebody pull it up.
I don't
Somebody
know.
Google it.
We'd have to look it up.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. If 27 is the one I'm thinking of, I liked that one. Maybe not the whole card, but it definitely had its more upside. Oh yeah, no one liked 9. WrestleMania 9 didn't even like WrestleMania 9.
I don't even remember WrestleMania 9.
Parts of it. Anywho, well, that gets checked. HGC, excuse me. My dudes, I fell asleep if I sit in a comfy chair for 10 minutes. Doesn't matter what's on TV. Ted got you, man. This man tries to stay up for UFC fights and still can't do it.
Dude, I have an incredibly comfortable couch and a giant squishmallow. And I'm just like laid up, and dog sits in your lap, and suddenly you're just drooling and pouring beer in your lap.
See, man, my dog is a 50, well, he's probably a 60-pound Australian Shepherd now. But I'm like, if you would just sit there and like chill, I don't care that he sits on my lap. But he just moves and crunches everything in his path. I'm like, bro, like, please chill out. Like, sit. Let's watch TV together. We can do this. I'll pet you. I'll let you look at my beer can because he likes to look the outside of it. But no, get down because you're stepping everywhere. Trusted Screamer says things that are guaranteed. Spanish Knights table gets smashed, someone gets RKO'd, and Rollins will tag Roman in the back with a chair. Yeah. Except for this time he didn't. Well, I guess he did. Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
That's right.
Twice.
Yes.
Cinema.
Yes. I loved reading all the internet comments about, oh man, Dean Ambrose is coming back. Like, this man just signed a 5-year extension with AEW. Now, not to say that it can't get broken. That AEW is going down a shithole.
Yeah,
but that man ain't going nowhere. He's got creative control over his character.
He can't come back. Then he won't be allowed to bleed like a stuck pig every time he gets fucking clotheslined.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad.
God, Moxley matches are fucking disgusting, dude.
He also follows up with look up Seth Rollins, Tyler Black using a fan to do a. Oh, yes, I did see that one. Yeah, it was. I think was it his FCW in FCW he did it. It's in there. Go look it up. You'll like it. Robert Dividend Realms. Whole show was meh. I mean, I got a nice pop when Joe Hendry came out to challenge Randy Orton.
Oh, hold on. I know we're in the middle of the chat. Let me speak on this Joe Hendry thing. I've been a Joe Hendry fan since like 2015. That man used to crack me up. And I thought it was great that he got in there. Everybody's fucking shitting on it because they're like, how are you going to bury the TNA fucking champion? I'm like, this dude got so much fucking exposure. He got a WrestleMania moment with a fucking legend, and he got his fucking shit in and over, dude. Fuck off. That is not getting buried.
I mean, even for Randy Orton to do his turn with his pose, that was his nod saying, hey, I see you. You're gonna do big things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry's fine.
I said this the last time we talked about this. Like WWE's run with TNA, hand over fist better than what AEW did with them. All AEW did was just continue to bury TNA. Like nothing good came out of that partnership. At least with WWE, they're getting you're getting these people exposure. I mean, hell, Royal Rumbles, WrestleMania. I mean, you signed Jordan, whatever her name is, and changed her hair, and I didn't even know that was her for a minute until they said her name. But yeah, now she's like she's all blonde and shit. But still, I mean, the point of the matter is they're giving them a exposure on a platform that AEW could have never given them.
Yep.
So anyway, Talib says, "What's up? How's it going, man? Good to see you." Also says, "Hopping in to say hi. I will catch the replay tomorrow. So when you see this tomorrow, we're saying thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.
And hello and goodbye."
Miss Allison Troy, smack that like button.
Allison, if you're still here, man, I don't know if you caught the beginning, but definitely go back and catch the beginning of the show.
Figure Fight Club says, I got 2 Rias. Came in 2 days ago. Well, you just send me one. Just go ahead and send it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you don't need 2, man. Yeah. What are you doing?
Also says that Dom is the best thing in WWE right now. Best thing? I don't want to say he's the best thing, but he's got a good thing going. I'll give you that for sure. Like that dude is riding a mad high, and I just want to see where it goes. Obviously, it's going to be Dom versus Finn for the title. We know that. But yeah, good stuff. Robert says, I gotta admit, I think I'm done with wrestling. Ooh, that's hard for you to say. I'm getting Legends Muta and a few Volt figs. That's mostly what I got my eye on. Maybe New Angle Ultimate.
Look, man, wrestling peaks and valleys, and there's been plenty of years where I haven't watched or paid attention to anything going on, and then next thing you know, your ass is back in there. So,
yes, sir.
Robert, whenever you decide to come back to it, we'll still be here, probably talking about it.
I'll put a box aside that has all the ones that you're gonna want, and then we'll just settle up, and I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Future planning. We got Joe Bits. Thank you for that $1.99 super chat. Says just tuning in. First thought, WWE BAFs suck. I still haven't even put together my Howard Finkel.
Well, that's like the second time they've done the Fink.
Well, they did. They did Howard.
Referee.
No, they did the referee. They did the kid.
They did the kid.
Yeah, Braun Strowman's tag partner.
Oh God.
They did Adam Pearce.
Why the best one they did was Mean Gene, because the original Mean Gene figure, which I have and I love and I cherish, I do wish I had a second one in box, but they did the build a figure for Mean Gene, and I thought that was a nice way to kind of get him back out there. The fact that they haven't done an official re-release of Mean Gene blows my mind. But
yeah, and I think they're doing another. One of the newer waves is doing another build a figure. I don't remember who it's of though.
But yeah, overall they're not good.
They're not good, but it's a good way to put out a figure without having to completely invest putting out a new figure.
Yeah,
like they're doing it, and like you only get it with this. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna say, okay, well, this is how much we sold. Maybe we'll actually do one, or maybe it's a good thing we did it this way. Action Figure Addicts using their 6-month member chat. Any new wrestling figs coming to the store? Not until next month. That's like the first wave of things coming in, which I believe is Ultimate 25 with the Great Muta and The Rock and whatever the other one is. And then the next big run is in June, July, when pretty much the next wave of Elites, Ultimates, main event series, their championship series, which they're doing wave 2, 3. I think it's wave 2 now of their championship series. So a lot of wrestling coming out this summer for sure. right in time for SummerSlam. But nothing right now. Pretty quiet over here. Still got Finn from Ultimate 24
Poor Finn
and LA
right now.
and LA Knight.
This is the problem with selling wrestling figures too. You know, if Finn was hot right now, that shit would be gone. But
Yep,
here we are.
nope. Got beat. I'll come back to that one. Pokemon Toy says, I have never told the story. Boy, yes, you have. Heard the story a million times. That's like me talking about WrestleMania 20 and 38. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I didn't have this up. But Figure Fight Club just gifted five Hold up memberships. I don't have that up on screen, so whoever got those memberships, congratulations. One day soon, hopefully, we'll discuss and do a members only stream and do something for you fine people for your time spent with us.
Yeah, we were doing codes, but again with nothing, like hardly anything coming in. And just the tariff stuff and just a bunch of old dead inventory. It's just rough. We're gonna go back to that. Just I gotta wait until this tariff stuff chills out.
Yes. And then the guy who hates wrestling is rumbling in finally. It's a
Finally.
coming.
Time to shit on wrestling, huh?
Yep, coming right in time. And then the two that I was going to pop up that leads us into where we're about to go. The Find My Finger Girls asks, okay, serious question. Did John Cena really deserve the title? That's question number one.
Mm-hmm.
Question number two is from Joe Bitts saying, facts. No show rock ruined the main event.
Well, we're about to talk about this.
Well, let's go.
So, let's talk about The Rock. What happened in this main event and the aftermath with Pat McAfee. So, Aaron, you and I talked about this when John Cena made the initial turn, right? Final boss comes out. He's been doing these 3s and these 2s, and you're speculating on who the ones is. And some of us thought maybe it was like Seth Rollins from taking out Roman Reigns, and maybe Paul had called The Rock, and maybe Cena and Rollins and Paul Heyman were all going to get together and do something, which I wasn't a huge fan of. I'm glad that that's not how it turned out. But you do this whole Cody's soul thing, you turn John Cena, and then you disappear. And me, just like everybody else in the world, waited until the very end because the end of that main event sucked. It was it was just such a buzzkill. And you said it's fine because The Rock's going to come out and this whole thing is going to get fucking crazy. And I waited and I waited and I waited. And here I am still watching. We're in the fucking media scrub now afterwards. And I'm like, he's still going to show, right? And he did not.
No.
And there's a lot of speculation about maybe why that happened. Dude, they were selling... finally, The Rock has come back to Las Vegas t-shirts there. So this dude was making money off of merch, but the shirt is a lie because he didn't come. So some point, part of the plan had to have been him going there.
Yeah.
So all day Monday, people are just shitting all over WrestleMania in this main event. People are pissed off at The Rock. People are pissed off at Triple H. People are pissed off at this fucking match. And don't get me wrong. I'm glad Cena got the 17. I think it could have been done better, but you know, I'm a wrestling fan. I always think things can be done better. But The Rock goes on Pat McAfee on Tuesday, and we're not going to play all of it. Obviously, it's like almost an hour long. I just have a few clips here, and dude, the first clip that we're going to play had me fired up because I was listening to this in the car with my AirPods. I had the windows down. I was driving. I'd just gotten off work. I saw on YouTube the whole Pat McAfee interview was there. The Rock had been on there earlier in the day. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. I have my windows down. I am screaming at The Rock over this first comment. People had to think I was crazy. I said, are you fucking kidding me right now? So let's take a look at the first clip from The Rock on Pat McAfee.
Watching it the first night, that main event, I know the finishes of what's going to happen.
Oh,
I know all the finishes, but I want to not know how they get there.
All right. So again, short clip, a little out of context, but essentially The Rock is on ESPN talking to Pat McAfee when an opportunity to bring new people into wrestling, and he fucking breaks kayfabe in the worst way possible, dude. You don't fucking get on TV like, yeah, I know the finishes to all the fucking matches. Pat McAfee's reaction was like, whoa, that wasn't a, whoa, Rock, that's really cool. It was, whoa, dude, we don't say that shit.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you doing?
But here's the thing, though. Pat McAfee has said that in the reverse way, though. Like, he's like, I don't want to know all of the endings because he wants his reactions to these events to be authentic. So, in situational, like talking here, this isn't like anybody that's anybody. You're on the board of TKO. You're telling me that you on the board of TKO don't know the ending of how these matches are going to go. You're not
I know
sitting
he
here
knows
with
the ending.
Paul Levesque, like talking about this stuff like that.
I know he knows the ending,
right? But I mean,
but you don't say it. You don't say that.
But it's not. But it's not a surprise. It's not a shock.
It's
not like
if
this was the if this was the 90s. Yes, absolutely. You don't bring this up.
From a wrestling family. His father was a wrestler. His grandfather was a wrestler. His whole family full of great Samoan wrestlers, dude. Fucking a few years ago, somebody would have beat your ass for going on TV and saying something like that. I'm just saying, you don't say that.
Oh,
in my opinion, he did say it. He did say it. So this next clip is about. So pretty much the preface of this was The Rock admitted or claims that allegedly sales for Elimination Chamber were really bad. Yes. So the owner of TKO called up The Rock, said, "Oh, Rock, we need you to come in here and do this and that." And Rock was pitching ideas. And nobody liked it. So finally, The Rock said, "Oh, it's fine. We're just going to come up with this whole Cody Rhodes soul story." So let's take a look at that.
Final boss wants your soul. And what does that mean? What that means, that doesn't mean, hey, the final boss wants you to act like this, be like this at his beck and call and treat you like crap and make you do all these things that are unbecoming or embarrassing. That's not what the final boss wants. That's not how the final boss flies.
All right. So he's talking about pretty much what he's going to give Cody is anything Cody wants. And his goal was what he wanted to turn Cody. Allegedly, he also wanted to turn Cody and go in there and face Cody and then take the title himself because that's what the fucking Rock does or whatever.
I still think it's gonna happen.
He made up this whole wanting your soul, dude. 2 weeks prior to this whole soul bullshit, he's on the Raw Netflix talking about how much he loves Cody and respects him and appreciates him, breaking kayfabe again because the last time we saw the final boss, he was heel, ruining Cody's life. And then he's coming out, "Oh yeah, Cody's great. We're going to have a beer later." And then 2 weeks later, he's back to whipping him with a belt saying, "I want your fucking soul." I don't think The Rock knew what he was doing with this in the first place.
Oh, I don't want to say that he didn't know what he was doing, but I would say that maybe that the plan that was put out got swerved quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, The Rock loves going off script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any opportunity that he gets to be on the microphone, he's going off script. And I think this was TKO's way of saying, okay, hold on. let's pipe that down. Let's do this instead. Use The Rock for the popularity, get butts and seats, get some tickets sold. But we're gonna completely switch what we're saying we're gonna do here. Hence, all the merch, like saying, hey, he's gonna be here. You're building anticipation for that main event because you expect that The Rock is gonna be there and he's gonna interfere or stand on the stage and just stare at whomever, and you didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You got that merch sale. You got people invested to show up, and you got Travis Scott.
Yay. I don't remember what this next clip is in regards to, so let's just find out.
Finish of the match.
He's talking about the main event.
I would have finessed things a little differently on how they got there, but that's just me creatively. There are a lot of minds in the room. That's my thought. But still, ultimately, the bottom line was I love John getting 17.
Okay, Aaron. So a lot of people took this as, again, you're on the board of directors. You already broke kayfabe. And then you're not, even if the show, you know the show is a bunch of shit, you don't go on there and be like, oh yeah, I could have done it better. A lot of people that took this as a slight at Triple H, like essentially shitting him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's correct. He is correct. But a lot of people are taking this as he's bitter because the ideas he pitched got tossed. And then he just took his ball and went home when we actually needed him the most because of all this bullshit that he started. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, that's exactly it. Like you get to a certain point in the story where you've been invested. You're at the end of Elimination Chamber. You made the call to John Cena. You put this ball in motion. All right, so you don't get, and like I said, I still believe 100% Cody turns heel. Mm-hmm. And I think the next time you see the final boss will be that moment. It'll be John Cena's redemption arc where he goes babyface before he calls it quits. And then Cody becomes that ultimate heel. The one that he should have been in the first place. But
yeah.
You put Rock too much on TV, the man's a loose cannon. You don't know what's going to happen, and I think that's the reason why they don't want him just saying and doing things because he's on the board of TKO. Great, you're on the board. Congratulations, but I need you to play the game here, and he's not going to play that. He's going to do what The Rock wants.
Well, I think we have one more clip, so let's take a look at that.
We can insert final boss in the end of this finish, but then where do we go? There's other commitments that I have, and I want to also be careful that we're not overstepping and leading over our skis too much here.
Okay, so that was him saying, because the question was, well, why weren't you there? We got Travis Scott. Everybody expected you to be there. Why weren't you there? And he goes, oh, I just wanted it to be about Cody and John Cena. Why would the final boss step in? Because where do we go from there? And I'm sitting here like, I don't fucking know, Rock. You fucking started this gangster shit, like.
Well, I mean, look at it this way, and this is the way I justify what he just said. This match, for all intents and purposes, was about one thing and one thing only: John Cena breaking Ric Flair's world title reign, despite. We can talk about the 23 titles that Ric Flair has that isn't, accounted for by WWE. But for what WWE has, Ric Flair is a 16-time champion. It has now been broken by John Cena. And that was what the moment was supposed to be about. John Cena becoming a 17-time champion.
Mm-hmm.
If you brought The Rock out in that moment, while yes, you may some may celebrate the fact that he won the 17th title. The 17th title win becomes irrelevant because now The Rock is there. And now everyone's claiming about what's going to happen next. By The Rock not being there, the focus still is John Cena beat Cody Rhodes to become the 17-time world champion. Where do you go from here? Now you can go anywhere you want. If you've seen Monday Night Raw. After that, you know where Backlash is going. If he survives Backlash, we're on the road to SummerSlam. No, you got Money in the Bank, which is ultimately going to end up picking whoever wins. But we're on the road to SummerSlam right now. And I think this is where the final boss reintroduces his play. And this is where the game over starts.
At this point, I don't want the final boss back. Like, he's already fucked up enough. Look, dude, he almost fucked up last year. And don't get me wrong, I would have loved to see Rock versus Roman, but that's not where we were at the time. The Rock can't just show up and be like, oh, hey guys, you think I could just be in the main event for WrestleMania? And then everybody turned on him then. They were like, what the fuck, Rock? We're like, we just had the Rumble. We're going to the Elimination Chamber, and then you're trying to change the fucking main event, dude? What the fuck are you doing? And he was fucking pissy about it. And now he was, I don't know, he probably was trying to get Cody to turn heel. He said a lot of this stuff on here, which, in my opinion, again, it's just not something. There's a time and place for that, and I just didn't feel like that interview was the time or place to be talking about, like, oh, well, yeah, we're going to turn Cody heel, we're going to turn John. That's for shit for you and me to talk about. That's not shit for the board of directors to fucking go on television and talk about.
That's the thing. That's how you get people talking. That's how these conversations start, by The Rock saying shit that he probably shouldn't say. Oh, The Rock said this. What's gonna happen? Let's start formulating our plan of what we think is gonna happen. What are we doing right now? We're talking about The Rock and the things he said and what should happen. This was exactly what they want. He hit it right on the nail. Is it the right move? No, it's not the right move. But who's going to tell him that he can't? He's on the board. You got to have a majority vote.
You're right.
To boot him out.
The Rock can, but The Rock is also one of the best fucking talkers in the industry, or at least he was in his prime. He can still go out there and fucking do it with a little bit of warm up. I'm just saying, there's just different things he could have done, but right now the perspective is he was trying to screw Triple H by not showing. The plan was for him to show. He didn't show. They had shirts made for him to show. He didn't show. Then he goes on this fucking Pat McAfee show, says a bunch of ignorant ass shit. And then you're like, well, yeah, now there's room for the final boss to come back for summer. No, fuck that. I don't want him. That he had his chance, dude. He had his chance. He's like a deadbeat dad at this point. Okay. We were just sitting around waiting for dad to show up, and he never came back. And then he shows up a few days later. Oh, sorry, I missed your soccer game. I know I said I was going to be there, but, I didn't want to get over my skis here, be a good dad or anything. So no, fuck that shit. Fuck it. But you should watch the interview, Aaron.
I'll watch it. I usually watch his shows because I normally close on Tuesdays. So I have this Tuesday also. I'll probably watch both of them back to back. So I thoroughly enjoy this show. That's good stuff.
Well, any closing thoughts on The Rock?
It's The Rock. The Rock's gonna do Rock things.
The Rock is gonna do Rock things, but I do feel like he ruined WrestleMania.
He might have. The question is, how do you redeem that?
Right now, I think that's what we got on Raw, because WrestleMania was a dud and Raw was a banger.
Right. But like I said, right now, let's not even worry about Backlash. Backlash is statistically just rematches of WrestleMania, I think. Except for this year, they're throwing out some odd matches. But Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. SummerSlam, I think, is going to end up be my prediction, and you can clip this later and replay it if I'm
when you're right.
When I'm right or wrong, I don't care. Is that SummerSlam is going to end up being either the wow moment or the yay moment that you didn't get at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Adding, two returning, players back to WWE. I'm not going to ruin it for anyone that hasn't seen it. I mean, I'm sure most people know, but I'm not going to say it right now. I mean, with two names back, one being a little more impressive to me than the other, because you could take the SmackDown character a lot further currently.
Mm-hmm.
But I think SummerSlam is going to be the show that's going to really just make people forget about WrestleMania. It has to. It has to at this point. Really, Money in the Bank needs to. Money in the Bank needs to set up the OMG moment. SummerSlam needs to just give you all the good feels.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see, because I don't think Backlash is going to do that. But so we've had John Cena as a heel for like 8 weeks now. Something that you and I have waited for most of our adult lives. John Cena has been around since a little bit after we graduated high school. Like,
Yes.
came up in like 2003, right? Something like that. Him and Orton together. So what are your thoughts on the John Cena heel turn? Is it everything that you had hoped it would be?
No. No, in the sense that I had my own vision of what heel John Cena would do.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, what I thought would have happened is exactly what would have happened in the Firefly Funhouse. You get like a modern day NWO led by John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get it. But there's a conversation to be had about that other half of it, but we'll talk about that later at a different time. I do like John Cena's promos, though. I think I really think this is just him legitimately saying what's on his mind. Like, you praised me during the highs, you booed me when I was winning too much. Now that I'm not winning, you're still booing me. Like, what do you want from me? Like what do you want from John Cena? The man carried the company when it was going through a rough patch. He made fun of The Rock because The Rock went Hollywood, then he went Hollywood, and then now his appearances in wrestling has become pretty much hit and miss. But I think he deserved it a little more than The Rock did. At least like John Cena was there. He stuck around. He was there for a solid 20 years and did what he had to do. And now he's doing other things. I don't fault him for that. It's part of the biz. You get big enough, you make a name for yourself, you do other activities. But I love the mic work. Where this goes from here, I don't know. I don't care anymore. I mean, I'm glad we got at least a glimpse of what a heel John Cena was. Where I know some were saying, "Oh, hey, that word life John Cena was probably like the introduction of the heel John Cena, like in the beginning." But this is what we got. It is what it is. I'm happy it happened. I'm mad because it happened, and that's kind of where I leave it at. I'm not gonna spill milk over it.
Yeah, there are pieces that I like. I do like him telling people exactly how he feels, because he's 100% right. It showed in the clip that I played at the beginning, but even when he got that injury from that match with Batista, remember he jumped off the top rope and he got fucking powerbombed by Batista and then fucking like broke his neck.
Yep.
Then came out and said, "Well, I got to leave for surgery." And they all just fucking cheered that this guy was fucking injured and going to be gone. And look, Aaron, we weren't the nicest to John Cena back then either, because when he was winning and winning and winning, it did feel like it was at the cost of everybody else. And, we were all just like, oh, fucking Superman Cena again. Just fucking stomps everybody.
But I mean, it's because the same thing with like the early run of Roman Reigns. You just forced it down everyone's throat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just got boring.
Yeah.
Like, stop. Give me something else for once, Like, while unfortunate that, John Cena got injured and, this man has to be Superman. Like, who comes back in 6 to 8 months from a major surgery? John Cena. It gave that opportunity to people like The Miz, who, isn't favored to be like a champion, a Daniel Bryan. You pick your litter of names who's been champion after John Cena, who wasn't considered, a major player. It gave it that chance. And then John Cena comes back. And the only good thing about this run before, he's lost every single match.
Mm-hmm.
He's put over whoever WWE said to put over, and he did with a smile on his face and didn't bat an eye.
Now, he did wreck them on the mic every time beforehand.
Well, hey,
Austin Theory, boy, he turned him in.
But look at Austin. Look what happened to Austin Theory after that.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a great mic worker? No. His performance gotten better. He's gotten better across the board. I think good things are coming for him in a minute.
Yeah,
very soon.
I guess we'll see. So, like, I do like what Cena is saying, and I do like that he's still murdering people. And I did want to bring this up because, he literally buried Wade Barrett in that fucking mountain of chairs.
Oh yeah.
And a fun note that somebody on social media pointed out was the fact that Wade Barrett is a heel commentator, and he is still not siding with Cena. He is still fuck John Cena, because they have a history together, and that makes sense, right? So I appreciated that, as opposed to Wade Barrett being like, yeah, you guys don't respect John Cena.
I don't respect John Cena.
I think it's a nice touch continuity wise. The problem is we're getting the same promo week after week after week, and I thought maybe it would be done. I like the idea of let's ruin wrestling, but kind of like the story for that isn't necessarily clicking with me. If you want to fucking retire with the title, dude, fucking take the title and go. Don't show up.
There's no.
But I mean, I knew he would have to. So this is my current gripe. I'm not mad that he won. I wasn't even mad about the slow paced match with Cody, because he wasn't giving a fuck. He was just trying to get in there and end it. So from a story perspective, I don't hate that either. I loved on Raw Randy Orton coming out and RKOing him. I loved that.
I loved the part that he goes, shit.
Well, I'm going to spoil a little bit of SmackDown for you here to make my point, so I apologize for that. Yeah, Cena's out there for SmackDown, and Randy Orton comes out, and we had the same issue with Cody. So at Elimination Chamber, Cody got his fucking ass beat. He got jumped by Cena and Travis Scott. And then he comes out to talk to Cena, and he just wants to talk. They'd be like, oh, John, this isn't you. We love the fans. I'm like, bro, half your fucking face is swollen. Get some fucking revenge on this guy, dude. At least show a pinch of fucking anger. No, but the same situation happens.
Let's stay babyface.
I mean, you could still be a little mad. You'd be like, that wasn't very nice, John Cena. Something, dude.
Anger leads to hate.
Okay.
To the dark side.
Well, then this is what makes me mad about the SmackDown interaction because Randy Orton comes out and they're just talking like they're old pals. I'm like, Cena, this fucker snuck up behind you and RKO'd you out of nowhere, and you're just gonna let him stand in your ring and fucking talk? You're the fucking champion, dude. Fucking handle that shit. And I love Randy Orton. You know I love Randy Orton.
I do.
And it was fun to see them there, but again, it's just the whole point of, why am I talking to you? You're the motherfucker who surprise RKO'd me, and I'm just going to stand here and have a conversation with you.
Because you never trust a
And
snake.
not only that, but Randy Orton says, hey, well, you should just give me a title match. And he goes, okay. I'm like, bro, you're trying to fucking retire with this title. At least make him work for it, you know? He should be in a position where he doesn't want to defend this title. He should be doing heelish things to not defend the title. But for some reason now he's so fed up and pissed off or annoyed, or some circumstances happen where he's like, you know what? Fine. I will fucking face you in the ring and I will put this title on the line. And instead I just get Randy Orton RKO'd him, left him flat, just like Cody had been doing. Comes in the ring. They have a conversation. He goes, give me a title match. Okay, sure. Backlash. How about that? That sounds great. Like, come on, guys. Come on.
But he's got the ace in the hole, Travis Scott.
I don't want to see Travis Scott. I'd rather see The Rock come back as the final boss before I see Travis Scott ever again.
I do like his little song though. It is quite catchy. I give him that.
Ugh. Honestly, I didn't even know who he was until Elimination Chamber, and I still don't. I still don't.
The boys got me into it when he was in Fortnite.
Oh God. Okay. Maybe Travis Scott's good for business. I don't know, but I don't know.
I don't know if he's good for business, but whatever.
I think
kind of like Taylor Swift in the NFL. You bring a different demographic to the business.
I think Cena can murder people on the mic. He murdered Cody, and that is what he should be doing. The promos, just coming out and telling the fans all the time how much they suck. That's getting a little old. Fucking Cena has buried so many people on the mic. Fucking Roman Reigns is the best example of it all.
Oh, yeah.
Made that boy look fucking stupid. Cena should just be roasting people and being a dick and not giving that title up. I think we have a wasted opportunity here with the heel turn. And when he's just talking to the crowd, I know he's saying his truth, but sometimes like it doesn't feel like he does mean it, you know. It feels a little unnatural for him. And I don't know, man.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it feels.
I like it, but
I don't say it feels unnatural. I mean, like I said, that whole Doctor Thugonomics word life piece, that was as heel John Cena as you were gonna get before the Superman run. So I think he could do it. I just think he's at that point now where he's just doing it to do it, to say that he did it.
Yeah.
In this era of John Cena.
It is nice to see Orton and Cena together again. I wish there was more build up to it.
I mean, the clock is ticking. He's only got 27 dates left.
Yeah, but that spans like the whole year.
Well, right, but I'm just saying, you think about 27 dates. Like he's doing Backlash. He's doing that whole Perth weekend. So that's Friday, Saturday, Monday, right there. That's 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Those 27 days are gonna go by real quick in the sense of like the dates that he's doing. Now the question is, does he end it at the end of the year, or does he end it before all that? Like, what is the 27th date?
I'm pretty sure he's done at the end of the year, and I'm okay with that. Let the guy ride off the sunset. I don't know if you watched the Cena interview post WrestleMania with Pat McAfee. Michael Cole and Paul Heyman were on there as well, and Paul Heyman was fucking wild. But that interview with Cena was really, really good, and it does just sound like he wants to be done and close this chapter in his life, and I think he's allowed to. I'm fine with that. But
he's just gonna do the same thing that Stone Cold does. But just because he says he's done, they'll make the call and say, "Hey, we need you for an appearance," or to get attitude to just somebody, just for the pop.
Yeah,
He'll do that.
We'll see. But I don't know. I like the idea of Cena ruining wrestling. I just wish it didn't just involve that belt. Like, ruin wrestling, bro. Go in there and ruin wrestling, because the whole I'm taking this belt and I'm going home. I don't know. It just, the more he talks about it, the weaker it sounds.
It's just the replay of Summer of Punk. It's just the same thing.
Well, except Punk ran, and then came back 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
That was stupid too.
Yeah.
Should have left him gone. Final thoughts on John Cena?
This is what we got, man. Love it, hate it, leave it. At the end of the day, the man has put in his due. I respect it. I just want this to kind of hurry up and get through, though.
Yeah, I guess we'll miss him when he's gone, Aaron.
Probably.
But we got Braun Breakers and Jacob Fatu's and Dirty Doms coming up. So I guess we'll see what happens there. But all right, last call for the chat, man. I know they were kind of getting a little rowdy in there. Ed had to do some managing, so thank you, Ed, for maintaining the peace.
Indeed. Action figure addict, waiting for the Ultimate Edition Tiffany Stratton. If they do it, I think if they want to do the Ultimate, this is just my opinion. First one you do is her WrestleMania one. It'd be the perfect one. Perfect. You can even put in like the Mattel Barbie doll box. Just make a custom Tiffany Stratton Ultimate box, because that would be the best thing to do for her.
Oh, I like that too. Yeah, something pink. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm on board with you on that one. Robert says 2 years in a row, Rock has tried to interfere in Cody's main event at WrestleMania main events. That's the true rivalry in the story. It is, but I don't think we're gonna get it. If we do, it's not gonna be what you want. I think you're gonna get the whatever the last date is. Whatever the last date that John Cena is going to do, it's going to be John Cena versus Cody in a switcheroo. Like, leading up to everything, Cody becomes the heel, John becomes the babyface, he loses, and rides off in the sunset as a babyface, losing the title to a heel Cody Rhodes. And that's the way it has to happen. Whatever happens between now and then, I don't know how that's going to work. But that is the end. That's how it ends, right there. Book it. Actually, if they turned Cody heel, it would have been great. He was a heel in Bullet Club. I mean, almost everybody was a heel in Bullet Club.
Yeah, heel Cody in the Indies was great, but I do agree it was too soon. It's not that we want Cody to necessarily turn, but dear God, you don't have to be the most perfect human being in the world either. Like, that's the shit that gets you booed, dude.
Well,
you gotta have a little edge in you.
I think at this point, like Triple H loves throwing out little Easter eggs, like just little nuggets of things that doesn't mean anything right now, but becomes a bigger thing later. The moment when Cody has the chair and John's telling him to hit him, like, I think this is like the nugget. Like, it's gonna, like, this is the build up of that frustration in Cody. That's like, now I'm gonna do it. But speculation.
We'll see if that pays off.
We'll see. Briscoe, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Glad for you to join us. Action Figure Addict says Cena absolutely deserved that 17th title, 20-year career, most Make-A-Wish granted. That's just an accomplishment within itself, you know, to make the most Make-A-Wishes, like out of anybody. You could probably combine several people together to not even equal all the Make-A-Wishes that man's done. You know, that's just a kudos no matter what.
Yeah.
What else we got? Joe Bits with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you again for that. Dwayne Johnson ruined Black Adam. Yeah, pretty much. And is now killing WWE creative low key. He wants Triple H and HBK gone. The Marks knows what's up.
I agree with that.
I mean, but Shawn Michaels said he didn't even want to be the do NXT. He just kind of like got thrown to it. I think that's kind of a little bit of a lie too. I think he really wanted it.
He loves it now.
Oh, he loves it now, yes, but I think he hated that whole NXT 2.0 crap, that bright glow, like what is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that tie-dyed.
When Vince
crap.
took it back from Triple H briefly, yeah.
No, I think now it's kind of like his image, and they're just running with it. I mean, I still think NXT should be a lot bigger than what it is, but then they got that Evolve show. It's supposed to be like NXT now.
I can't keep up with all that.
There's so much, dude. Figure Fight Club. Maybe The Rock is now a Vince McMahon plant and wants to ruin WWE.
Side note, in that interview, The Rock is sitting in front of this giant T-Rex skull that Vince McMahon used to have in his office.
Did see that.
I don't know how many of those there are in the world, or if that was a gift or what, but something to think about.
A little speculation. Trust Grimmer says, do you think Cena will lose the belt from a last-minute Money in the Bank cash-in?
I think it would make things interesting.
I do not think that'll happen unless it's Cody that wins Money in the Bank.
So you're saying Sami Zayn's going to win Money in the Bank and screw over mid-card Jey Uso?
I would say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did you saw what happened, didn't you?
I saw what happened.
I texted you.
No, I was at the edge of my seat the whole time.
Oh, dude, I was so mad when nothing happened. I'm like, what the hell is Jimmy coming out here for? Like, what the heck's happening?
Funny, dude. I thought it was funny that they knew what they were doing there, and then nothing happened, and you're
oh man,
what a tease!
Like, he got down, he went into the corner, like, oh, I'm like my wife's sitting there, like, he's going for the haluva kick. He's about, he didn't do it.
Yep, and then he's just so close to him, jumping up and down and shit, and I'm like, but when Jimmy came out, I said, well, he wouldn't do anything in front of Jimmy, right? Like, that'd be dumb. But I still was nervous the whole time.
But think about this though. I don't know. I was watching something on YouTube where they were talking about like Jey Uso. Who came up with the yeet line first? Jimmy.
I don't know.
Jimmy.
Ooh.
Who would have gotten propelled if the whole yeet thing was? I mean, we see what it is right now, right? If Jimmy would have taken that, and that would have propelled him to where Jey Uso is right now, which means Jimmy Uso theoretically could have been world champion.
Interesting. Speculation.
I like speculation. It's fun. Robert says Cena ruining wrestling feels like when Punk took off with the title. Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah. Summer of Punk.
Action Figure says Dom did turn babyface. I mean, but did he?
Yeah, I mean, it's a slow turn. I mean, it'll probably work itself out, but was Eddie Guerrero ever a true face? He still lied, cheated, and stole, you know?
I call him like I call Randy Orton. He's a tweener.
Yeah.
He can play both sides of the line, but at the end of the day, he's never going to be a true 100% babyface.
Yeah.
He's Dirty Dom. He's
Dirty
not clean
Dom.
Dom.
We like
He's
Dirty
dirty.
Dom.
That's right. Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom.
God. So sick of people fucking singing. God.
But it's so fun. It started with, did it start with Bailey? Was that the first time they did it?
Yeah,
With
but
England?
it comes from the UK, and now the US people are just ripping it off. And I'm just like, you stupid Americans, you can't even fucking come up with your own shit. You gotta fucking steal from the UK people. Embarrassing.
That's still something. Actually, the thing also says, oh crap, I lost it. Anyway, the message was that he thinks that Cody will turn heel and then deliver that whooping that he got at Elimination Chamber. And
No,
then,
I'm sure the day will come.
I'm sure. And then he follows up with, well, I'm planning on going to SummerSlam, so it better be a wow moment for those ticket prices. That's another thing. Did you hear about that? Ticket prices for those are like stupid expensive.
Yeah.
I saw how much my brother paid for us to sit at WrestleMania in Dallas, and I thought that was crazy. Apparently, it's like almost like for the same spot. Because I looked it up, like I took the ticket and I kind of guesstimated where it would be if we went to Vegas. It's almost 3 times the amount, and for like back row floor.
Yeah. No, I'm quite happy just sitting at home with my cheap beer on my couch where I can see everything and not being bombarded with just ad placement shoved all over. Like I can't go around a corner without somebody trying to sell me a juice box or a fucking drumstick or a fucking prime drink or something like that. I'll stay home. I'll keep my ass at home, man.
Legend Series, what's up, man? How's it doing? Says UK always come up with great chants. They do, man. They have the best, which is why I missed the NXT UK, man. That was some good stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's chat for you, man.
That is the chat. Well, Aaron, that means it's that happy time of day where we get to do this thing called Wrap It Up.
Apparently, they did show Tiffany Stratton's Ultimate at Mania. It's her Money in the Bank gear with the briefcase purse. But I still think the box should be a Barbie doll box.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's wrap it up, B.
All right, Aaron. What do you have to promote?
Not a damn thing.
Times are hard right now.
Yeah, there's some things coming. Tony the Tiger is supposed to be rolling in soon. A couple early WWE fakes, a couple Mo2s are supposed to drop in. Outside of that, we are on a weird freeze. I don't mean freeze as in like nothing's coming in, but we have definitely scaled down what we would have ordered if these tariffs weren't there. Just because we are business, we need to keep things going. So keep an eye out on your emails and your social medias. So we are getting back to posting things and producing the contents because that's what we should be doing.
We have to pivot. Cool. Well, once again, huge shout out to Allison Troy. Make sure you go check out her channel. And then if you want to talk more wrestling, tune into the Toilet on Tuesday at 9:05 p.m. Eastern. Aaron, we got a really easy show next week, man. Like, I didn't even have to think about it because do you know what next Sunday is?
Cinco de Mayo?
You're close. May the 4th. So we're going to have ourselves a little Star Wars episode. Aaron, we're going to pull out some lightsabers. Really bring the fun into it, I think. I'm going to kill the music here. Kill feeding the ducks. We're going to turn off this banner. There we go. There we go. Lights are going out. That's all we got. Guys, thank you so much. If you haven't watched the eBay video, go to our channel, check out that eBay video, and we'll be back next week, May the 4th, to talk some Star Wars stuff with you. Love you all. See you all next week.